What's up, guys? It's Uncut K. I'm back with another video. Today is episode 3, Why Men Don't Talk About Heartbreak. This is kind of a big topic. This is a very controversial topic because a lot of women feel like men do not open up and share their beliefs and thoughts behind the pain that's caused and eternally how they feel. This is going to be an episode that speaks up for men, not every man themselves, but I just know men can relate to what I'm about to talk about and how I feel about this topic. So without wasting any more time, why do men not talk about heartbreak? You know, heartbreak is something that, can really hurt somebody, and it can really leave trauma on somebody. But at the same time, heartbreak is also a gift and a curse, because a lot of people don't realize that you learn from that heartbreak. You grow. You look back on it and you realize things that, you don't realize the same as you do now after going through that. I've been a victim of heartbreak. I know a lot of men have been victims of heartbreak before. But all I'm saying before I get into it, heartbreak doesn't define nobody. Heartbreak just lets people know that they have real emotions and that they're a real caring human. If somebody's in a relationship and y'all break up and you don't feel no type of heartache or anything like that, you never cared about that person. You didn't love them for real. You didn't care. And I don't care what you can tell me to say you did care, because if that really hurts you, then you would feel some type of way. You would feel every emotion. Main reason why men don't want to talk about heartbreak is because of the society we live in today. Men feel like talking about their emotions and their feelings will always be held against us, no matter what. I know men can relate to how if somebody's venting, say men like to vent, say a man actually decides to open up and show his sensitive side towards a female, and say she then returns the favor by bringing up something that he feels emotionally or he talked about and opened up with you, and you bring that back and you hold it against him, no man is going to ever want to open up again. That's common sense. It's just like vice versa. If a girl were to tell me something that that's been on her chest and she wants to vent about, and then a couple weeks or days or months go by and we're getting an argument, and then I bring that shit up and hold it against her, yeah, why would she open up to me? Why? It's common sense. Men don't like to talk about heartbreak because we feel like that we are looked down upon. We feel like that makes us soft. At the end of the day, they always say all men do on this earth is work and provide. So yes, we do not always want to talk about our feelings and if we're going through a heartbreak, because we don't want to look soft. As a man, you can't look soft. You don't want to look soft. So talking about heartbreak is probably the number one thing that will make people think that you're soft, when in reality, it's perfectly fine. It's normal. Heartbreak is normal. I'm not saying like it's normal to keep getting your heart broke or to get it broke in general. I'm saying though, like, it's perfectly fine and understandable for somebody's heart to feel like it's aching because of a relationship, because something didn't work out with that other person. And like I said earlier, that only shows that you actually cared about somebody. You cared. Another reason why I feel like we don't talk about heartbreak is because the trauma that it can leave on somebody, they don't want to just have to keep reimagining that heartbreak over and over again. The first step from a heartbreak is not eating. Sick to your stomach. Not eating, you're sick to your stomach. You get on your phone and no one's texting. The person that you want to be talking to is not talking to you. You wake up, think about that person. You go to sleep, think about that person. Everything you do, you think about that person who you had a heartbreak over. Sad to say, that shit sucks. You see, 9 times out of 10, women move on quicker than men because men actually sit there and feel every emotion. A man's heartbreak is 100% different from a woman's heartbreak. And if we want to debate about it, we can debate about it. But all I know is men, when a man gets his heart broke, when he really gets his heart broke, he doesn't get back into anything serious for probably a couple years if he actually, does everything the right way. But when women get their heart broke, they can move on quicker because women act off of emotion, so they can find a connection, emotional connection with somebody else quicker than a man will. And 9 times out of 10, a man really loves his girl, loves his girlfriend. He's not gonna even think about or even want to be with somebody else. If he's a real man, lust goes out the way, the thought of somebody else goes out the way, because we actually care about the woman that we were in love with. Another reason why men don't talk about heartbreak, it changes them. It changes who they are. I've been a victim of it. Like, it changes who you are. It's hard for me to believe that the people in this world that treat people wrong relationship-wise, the dogs, the men that are dogs, the women that are dogs, it's hard to sit here and believe that somebody is made like that. Somebody is born like that. I can't believe that because it's not true. But now after understanding everything and seeing stuff for what it is and seeing other people out of their heartbreaks and stuff like that, those people, those men that the women claim to be dogs, they weren't like that at some point in their life, which is the sad truth. They weren't like that. They weren't a dog from the beginning. They were a sweet little boy who did nothing but love somebody else, put somebody else first, and that turned around to destroy who they were and the love that they have. So then they got no choice because they don't want to feel that heartbreak ever again, so they go be the bad guys. Same thing for women. Eventually you get tired of getting your heart broke. What's the saying? If you can't beat them, join them. People fall into that. They fall into that loop. They say, oh hell, fuck love. I'm not about to keep getting my heart broke. I'm about to dog them out. So when you bring up a heartbreak with a man, the whole tone changes. You ask a man his first heartbreak, his first love, the whole tone changes. All seriousness. You might get quiet. You might see the look in his eyes, just the memories, the past trauma. Now, not all heartbreaks are bad heartbreaks, but the ones that affect us the most are the ones when we did everything we could to try to make it right. When a man does everything he can to make something right with another girl, will give her his last, will do whatever, basically be a simp for a girl, just for it to not work out, that destroys a man. Everything goes downhill from there. Because these days, people don't want to take the time to actually heal and feel every emotion. You have to feel every emotion. You can't fill the void. And it's hard to say. Healing is hard. Healing is hard. But it's the right thing to do. It'll save you so much more pain in the long run. One big cry is better than 1,000 small cries. Like I said, a lot of men get uncomfortable talking about their heartbreaks. It's a very sensitive and touchy topic for men. Men have emotions too. A lot of the times, the emotion of love is overlooked by men because a lot of the society projects men as to be providers and do nothing else but provide. And so that's when men start to wonder, well, shit, I'm doing all this, like my purpose in life is to provide and just be a leader. Does it not matter if I have feelings? Does it not matter if somebody breaks my heart? No, because at the end of the day, I know that I have to go provide. I have to go work. I have to be a man. So yes, men do not like talking about heartbreak because we are only programmed to work, provide, lead. That's all we know how to do. A lot of the guys cover their heartbreaks up with work, staying busy. If you ever see a man always working, always at the gym, never at home, he probably is going through something. Heartbreak is a number one thing that will make a man not want to be around anybody, want to be busy all the time. Sitting at home alone with the heartbreak is like damn near attempted suicide. I'm gonna be real. Sitting in your own, especially if you live alone, the same walls, because all you do is just think all day. You think all day. You're in your head all day. You don't want to do nothing else. It's always on your mind. You wake up, it's on your mind. You go to sleep, it's on your mind. It's terrible. So men don't want to talk about that just because of the process. Ladies, I hope you can understand that if you see a man going through a heartbreak, or you know he's going through a heartbreak, like, the last thing you should try to do is bring more problem or even more stress to his life, because that's already enough. Because men don't cope how women cope. We're the tough guys. We try to do this shit on our own. As much as it sounds bad, even though there's nothing wrong with it, we don't want to talk to nobody about it. So a lot of men who go through a heartbreak, they don't want to talk about it with nobody. They go to an outlet, drugs or alcohol, gambling. They're trying to ease that pain. It's not because they want to choose to do drugs and do all this and that. No, a lot of the times it's because they're trying to ease the pain. They're trying to numb that pain because they don't want to feel that heartbreak. I'm a victim of it too. I did not want to feel that heartbreak. I ran away from every emotion before I sat there and felt every emotion because of how much it hurt. So I'm telling you guys now, men do go through heartbreaks all the time. But my males out there, I want to let you know it's okay to talk to people about it. Go talk to your best friend. Go talk to close family. Because the number one thing you don't want to do, and I tried to do it, is sit there and bottle it up and just let it slowly go away. That was the worst thing I could have ever done, was sit there and try to bottle it up and not tell nobody about it. So if you don't feel comfortable talking to a therapist or anything like that, go pray about it. Go talk to the Lord about it. Because yes, like I said, you have to feel every emotion in order for you to heal, reflect, and do better and learn from your past mistakes. But also, those emotions are going to hurt. They're going to hurt a lot. As a man, I promise you, one big cry is better than 1,000 small cries. Thank you guys for tuning in. That's episode 3 of K Talks. Why men don't talk about heartbreak. It's a lot. Heartbreaks are a lot. And, you know, just for males out there, my other brothers out there, it's okay. At the end of the day, it's okay. Somebody's always got you. If I don't got you, someone else got you. But I promise you, if anyone ever came up to me and wanted to talk about heartbreak or anything that they're going through, I would never make fun of you about it, because I was once in that position. I would never make fun of you about it. I will be here to support you, and I want you to talk about it. So with that being said, I'm gonna leave it off with this. You're valued, you're loved, and if you're not loved by anyone down here on this earth or anybody around, you're loved upstairs. I thank you for watching K Talks episode 3, and I can't wait to see you on the next episode. Thank you.